大家好! Welcome back to Edupedia World Videos. We are now at the last lesson of Lesson 10 series, Lesson 10.4, where I will introduce you Chinese name system. As I said, this lesson I will not introduce you new words. It's just for you to understand Chinese name system. So in this lesson, I will explain Chinese names to you. Okay? Okay, first, I will need to tell you where we place our family name and given name. For Han descendants, family names are placed first in their name. Okay, and family name can be either one or two words. And given name follows the family names. For given name is also the same. It can be either one or two words. So sometimes when I go overseas and some forms demanded second name, but I do not really have a second name, when I fill in my last name, I sometimes hesitated because last name is family name, but in Chinese it shouldn't be called last name. Should be called family name or surname, because family name comes before the given name. Family names are placed first. Okay, so sometimes there is confusion for me as Chinese when we fill up the form. Here are some example names. So for example, these two words here. Family name placed first, so you can easily say that the first word is a family name, the second is the given name. Okay, so there's no confusion here. And for the second one, the first one is the family name, and for the given name, it has two words. Okay, so these two words are the given name. For the next one, it may be confusing for some of you. The first two words, they are the family name. So it is one of the rare family name that comes with two words. Family name with two words, they are quite rare. Okay? And then for the given name, there's only one word. Okay, so you can see the second and third names are listed here, although they only have three words, but the family name can be either one or two, and the given name can be one or two as well. So for non-Chinese, it may be difficult to differentiate if the family name is one or two words. But for us, we are very familiar with Chinese names, so we know. And then the last one, there's four words here, so there's no confusion. The family name must be two words and the given name are the two words. Of course, you may be confused at the second and third names, but as we go along and as you know more Chinese names, you'll be more familiar with our name system. Okay? So this is my Chinese name. My Chinese name is Pan Yongxian, and I gave myself English names, and it's Heather Poon. Okay, so Pan is my family name, and for my family name, Pan, it is quite often used in translation. For example, Peter Pan, it is translated as Peter Pan. He is using my family name Pan, which is like he has joined my family name. Okay, and the former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon also shares the same family name as mine, although he's from South Korea. and Yongxian is given name. Each of my given name has its own meaning, so it sounds nice, and it also means that it's for girls. And when I present my name, it's usually understood that it's a girl's name. Why? Because one of my name, I have this radical here, so it means girl. So it must be a girl name, right? So the first word of my given name means to recite or sing a poem or a song, okay? And the second one, it has different meaning depending on which other word that is combined with. It can mean gently or skillfully. So if you really want to combine these two together, it means to recite or sing gently or skillfully. But to me, I don't really interpret it in that way. So Yongxian to me it just means my name. Okay, my name is just Yongxian. But when I was in schools, teachers would call me in my full name. So they would call me Pan Yongxian. And then for my family name, it is Pan, but you may be confused why I put Pun over there. It's because I am Hakka descendant. So Hakka is a clan, and there are many other clans like Hokkien and Teochew, and they all speak different dialects. And for Hakka clan, of course, we speak Hakka dialect. So my family name is pronounced in Hakka. So in Hakka, Pan is pronounced as Pun. So that's why I still retain that identity in my own family name. And of course, this is not only my case, even for movie stars like Jackie Chan, he also has the similar situation. So Jackie Chan, and in case you don't know who he is quite a famous actor in many of Chinese and also English movies, and recently he has been awarded an honorary Oscar for his extraordinary achievements. So Jackie Chan, his Chinese name in Mandarin is Chen Gangsheng. Okay, so Chen is his family name in Mandarin, but he is known as Jackie Chan because he gives himself an English name, and Chan is pronounced in Cantonese. So in Mandarin it is Chen, but in Cantonese it is Chan. Okay? So Gangsheng is his given name. Okay? So that's Jackie Chan. He's from Hong Kong if you don't know. So that's why in Hong Kong they speak Cantonese. That's why his family name is in Cantonese. Okay? And another example I want to give is Jack Ma. And in case you don't know, he is the richest man in China. So Jack Ma is from China, and his Chinese name is Ma Yun. So you can see the English family name he has is the same as the pinyin of his family name. And if you still remember, Ma means horse. Yes, it is quite common for family name to have certain meaning, to have meaning in itself. It's also possible that your name is a type of fruit, and for Jackie Chan, his family name actually means old in some other context. And for my family name, it doesn't really have any meaning, except that it is used in place name as well. So his given name is Yun. So because his name is only 2 words, so it's really obvious that the family name is Ma. Yun is his given name. Okay? And just another one for your knowledge, this is Li An, Ang Li. And in case you don't know, he's a director of a very famous Chinese movie, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And he has also directed The Brokeback Mountain. They are all very famous movies, so I thought it is best for me to make an introduction of him. So Li An, his English name is Ang Li. So again, 2 Chinese words for his name. So the first must be the family name and the second must be the given name. And for your information, Li is a type of plum in China. And Ang Li is the English name that resembles his Chinese name. So that's his choice for organizing his name. But the next one, his name is Ling Dan. And in case you don't know, he is the badminton player from China. And in English, he is known as Ling Dan or Ling Dan if you really want to make his name English. So as you can see, his family name is placed first, same as his Chinese name. So then you have to understand like how to address him as Mr. So for example, you should address him as Mr. Lin, and for the previous example, you should address him as Mr. Li, not Mr. Ang. Okay, so it is important for you to know which one is family name and which one is given name when you are trying to address people as Mr. Because we always put the family name after Mr. Okay? Some Chinese names have their origin, like this one, Ling. Ling actually means forest. So there is a story on how this surname came from. So allow me to tell a story. So initially there was a very cruel emperor in ancient China, and he had a very brave minister who said all the advice that he doesn't like to hear. So he sentenced the minister to death in a very cruel way. Here I do not wish to tell exactly how it is because it's too cruel. After the minister's death, his wife and her children all went to a forest to escape further execution on the family. So when the family escaped, they went into a forest. So from then on, that family has a surname of forest, which is Ling. That's how the family name is originated. So that's the end of this little story. I hope you enjoy it. And of course, some other family names do have their own stories, but I'm not gonna tell everything here. It's impossible. Okay? So I know it can all be very confusing because you don't know all the family names, but 1,000 years ago, there was an emperor in Song Dynasty. He instructed the compilation of the family surnames in China. So we have a very classic text named 100 Family Surnames, and the pinyin is 百家姓. Okay, so as I said, it's composed in the early Song dynasty and has 411 surnames. But of course, Chinese family names has a lot more, possibly thousands, if you want to include the ethnic minorities, and some are not recorded here, so there are a lot more Chinese family names. So it is a text that you can look at, and if you search online, you can find a list of the Chinese words. So bear in mind, this does not correspond to the abundance of name. It was compiled based on the powerful families in Song dynasty. So the first one is of course the family name of the emperor Zhao. Okay, and as you can see, there are other family names that you know. So you can see my family name is here, and this one is a family name of Jack Ma, and you can just go into this website and look for that. And another one is here, Chen of Jackie Chan. So if you are very interested, you can always go into the website and search for the whole text. So all you can see here is just the single surname, the surnames of single word. But if you go further into the text, you will see more of the family names with double words. Okay, in Chinese newspaper, we tend to translate the English names. So an example here is David Beckham. So it is translated as 贝克汉姆. Okay, those 4 words is to address his family name Beckham. Okay, for us, we don't really have an ending like back, so we have to say 贝克 for the first syllabus, and the last syllabus again we don't have an ending like that, so we have to say 贝克汉姆 as Beckham. Okay, so that's how we translate English names. And here there are more English names being translated. For example, John is translated as 约翰. Maria is Maria. Okay, so I hope you hear the resemblance in the pronunciation. And David is 大卫. That's how we translate the English names as we encounter these common names. Okay, but some people would get a nice Chinese name. For example, Kevin Rudd, the former Australian Prime Minister. His name is Kevin Rudd. His Chinese name is Lu Kewen. Okay, so Kevin is translated as Kewen. If you really want to translate it, it's like conquering the text, or it can also be interpreted as overcoming the text. So it is quite a good name considering it has meaning, and also it sounds similar to his English name. And Rudd is translated as Lu. It is one of Chinese surname, and for his Chinese name he placed his family name in front, Lu Kewen. So it really makes sense to us as it looks more in tune to Chinese culture. But of course it does feel weird to us as Chinese because you join the Lu family. We have our own descendants. Family name is being passed down generations and by generations, and suddenly you have an Australian Prime Minister who wants to join the family, so it does sound a bit weird. But I guess that's the feeling as you hear some Chinese having some English name, like me having the English name as Heather. But of course, it is up to individual preference. So it is up to you if you really want to have a Chinese name like Kevin Rudd, or just direct translate for what you had, or stay with the English name that you have. Okay, so that's the end of the lesson, and I hope you have learned how to address a Chinese person by name, and also know which is family name and which is given names. So next time when you encounter a person, you know how to address him or her politely. Okay, hope you find this interesting. And next up is lesson 11 series. So as usual, we'll have a topic to talk about, and the topic is locations. So you'll know how to say some very important services like police station and hospital, and also to give directions too. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next lesson. 谢谢，再见。